Hello everyone, this is Greyshot, and while I am known for playing Code 2, in 2021, another game was very close to topping that list in terms of my overall playtime. Not, of course, by just between that and Code, but between it and everything else. I think Halo Infinite was probably 3, but quite honestly, even though I've played a number of games this year, this is probably my favorite game to just sit down and relax to, and actually be competitive with, because I am ranked in this game as well. And let's get into it, shall we? It is yeah, Axis and Allies. So if you're wondering, I am 387 in terms of gold tier. So if you're looking at like a ladder, in case you're like, well, Greyshot, how good are you? Well, there's wood, bronze, silver, gold, platinum, right? Hopefully, maybe I'll be a platinum one day, but for right now, I am in gold, and in gold, I'm in the 300, so not great. But still, at least I'm in the second highest tier. So I typically like playing the Allies just because of how many different factions comparatively to the Axis are, and the goal of withstanding the attack rather than doing the attack. I find that more interesting. So I'm going to go with you guys a game, we'll go with you through a game of Axis and Allies as the Allies in a ranked game to show you guys what I do. Now, this is probably going to take a while to actually record, because a fun fact about Axis and Allies, you can do a turn, and, well, it can take a while before you can actually get to your next turn, depending on how quickly your opponent takes it, because they could do it immediately, or they have 24 hours to do their turn. So, yeah, we're going to see how this goes. Oh, okay, wow, that was quick. So, we got ourselves a game. For those who don't play Axis and Allies, essentially you have infantry, artillery, tanks, and planes as each of the five factions, and you're trying to get your objective, which is all these victory points, right? So, I'm going to mass produce 4 and 4. I feel like that's pretty good. That's pretty good, I would say. So we have plenty of infantry, and now we have a big old battle. So let's get all that going. Let's see. Now, if you're wondering what I'm doing right now, I'm saying all infantry that can hit this location, I hit it. Any armor and infantry that can hit this location, I'm hitting it. And there's a very specific reason why, right? Okay. So this is, if you hold this section of Russia, you can essentially keep the Germans from taking here, or at least putting too many forces up near Leningrad, this area, or Karelia. And also you can hold the Caucasus. If you start to fall back, you start to get a little less able to hold this whole area. So this is a linchpin. The other thing is here. If we neutralize all the airplanes and armor here, we can stop a counterattack that would take West Russia, as well as we can make sure that this air force can't be used down south against the Brits, because that's what they typically will use it for in order to take Egypt, which opens a way to Africa, which we cannot allow, right? So with everything we have, we're going to attack. Now, you can defend, but typically that doesn't go very well. In the long term, you want to attack, so that way the Germans are in a bit of a disadvantage, especially when you have advantage. So in a game, very immersive gameplay by clicking a button, and you just get rolls and see how many you get. So I got 5 right there. That's an entire army dead, which typically is good. I have no more turns, but wow, they sucked. I got very lucky. So they didn't even land a single blow. So my entire army is alive. That is probably one of the best openings you can get, if not the best opening for that area. Now, I say that just because I want to see how this goes. If this goes great, then we're fantastic. We are golden throughout the rest of this game. So let's see. Alright, again, things can very easily turn against you. 3's okay. Not great, but... Oh, we got the bomber! Okay, that's good. That's good. He got 2 hits. That's okay. That's pretty good. Let's continue. 3 hits. 3 hits. Alright, now we have 2 tanks and 2 planes. I want to kill that plane, so we're going to do it. Because this tank does cost less than this plane. And even if this plane kills a tank, right? I still have 1 tank remaining. Again, still heavy losses. Not the best they could have been in that scenario. But that tank blocks this territory, so the Germans have to attack it. So I am going to move forces over. Now, I do have a method to my madness. First off, you want to move the submarine over, protect this fleet here. The reason for that is the Germans will most likely attack this fleet, and that sub can provide one extra, you know, hit to this, so we can possibly save that fleet. It's not as likely to survive typically with a good German assault, but it can. Next up, we're going to move infantry here to protect our allies in China. That way, if the Japanese attack, we don't lose a valuable plane. We don't want to lose the Flying Tigers. Next up, we just want to move infantry across, so that way we can reinforce across the board. And essentially, it's just like actual late 41, early 42, where you kind of just want to move all your troops across Russia, try to get back to the front lines over here, because this is only one piece of territory, but if you attack here, you easily get this stuff back. And of course, holding here is very important. So we want to make sure we hold this as much as possible. So and we want to make sure we move the anti-air gun in case he does want to attack. Sometimes Germans do that. I don't think he will with 9 infantry, but there is a chance he could, and we want to make sure we have the anti-aircraft battery, because there's a chance to shoot down planes that come on in to attack. So that's very important. So we're going to move our planes here. Also have an anti-aircraft battery in case he invades, because the Italians can invade to the Caucasus. That is a possibility, so we have to make sure that's protected. Alright, so yeah, that's everything. Next up, we're going to move. I'm going to do 3 and 1 right there. And I'll move the remaining infantry there with the artillery. Alright, that should be good. And that ends the turn. So we have a total CP of 28. So next turn, I can buy 28 total units. Or I can, you know, hold that off and have it accumulate over time and buy more. Typically, you want to buy what you can. Only in situations like when the Brits are... Oh, perfect. He's attacking. When I lose this fleet, then it could be an issue. So who... Alright. So, let's see. This enemy player is attacking. And we'll see how things go with the attack. I can actually kind of see it. You can see here, you can click on this, and you can actually look to see your the possibility of how it's going to go. Not great for me. Not great, but I have seen worse odds. So we're going to see how things go. He's also moving up north. That makes sense. He wants to take Karelia, but I might force him out of there, or at the very least make him unlikely to hold that location if I can make it very costly for him. So we'll see how that figures. Let's see. A lot of infantry pushing on in. He's really hoping to kill this. He's invading here with his naval invasion force. The reason he's attacking there is that way I can't move up my fleet into the Suez Canal. If both places are under my control, I can. If they're not, then I'm kind of at a disadvantage. Alright, so that's his attack. He has 4... Oh, he easily took this with infantry. Interesting, only attack with infantry. Usually you try to attack with armor, so unless he's just moving up armor. And he just didn't care. But that makes me think he's moving armor somewhere else. Where's he attacking? Oh, he's attacking down here. There is a chance I can hold. It is favorable toward him, but get some lucky rolls, and I can maybe hold. Killed one? Never mind. I thought I killed one. Dang it. Maybe the battleship fired, and that's what happened. I'm not sure. But let's see. Alright. Battleships can take 2 hits as well, so in a naval engagement. So let's see how things progress. Get some lucky dice rolls. 2 subs dead. That being said, I most likely took a hit with my battleship, but the sub is still engaging. They should anyway. Wait, no, the sub is dead. Okay. So, not great. Not terrible. At least I killed 2 of his subs, so he has 1 left. He's attacking down here. He should be able to take this. If I kill 1, that's fine. At least that will allow me to... Okay, yeah, I can easily take this back. So as long as I'm just causing havoc here, that's fine. So if we look at overall, we can see on this scoreboard, you can see the total points. I'm kind of blocking this screen, which is unfortunate. Is there a better area to move it? I think the bottom right might be a better place to move this. So I'll move this down here for the time being, right? That might be a little better. But you can see up here, like, the turns, the different move you're at. And as well, we look at overall. Axis are kind of a better score right now. And it looks like they are mass producing up north. But I can easily stop and kind of circumvent that action. What is he buying right now? That's the question. A submarine, a bomber. Okay, so alright, so he's going with an anti-British approach. He really doesn't want me at all to be up here with the Brits. I might be able to circumvent that, but we'll see. He's also producing a lot of infantry and artillery, right? So the goal with him is to still produce a big army, but if I can cause any havoc, and to be fair, I can deal with this. That's not a problem. The question is me gaining supremacy in the North Sea. That's the big thing. If I can take this area back, that'll be very important for me. Now, as you can see, he's kind of like debating on what to do. He has 5, absolutely. He's like, I have to stop the Brits. That's his main goal right now, is he wants to stop the Brits. And to be fair, this location's interesting because you can see here, it's a little bit of a sneaky in this way where it can actually attack here in one turn. So planes can move 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So there's no way I can take this location so the planes could easily attack here. But even with this, I can still cause havoc for him, right? I can still circumvent this through other means, right? So the first thing I'm going to do is see how I fare against the Japanese. If I can neutralize maybe some more Japanese forces, then maybe I can cause some havoc. But at least for the time frame, it's going to be a little bit interesting because I can't necessarily, right, attack here. Or can I? Because I actually can. And with a little trick. So we have a little issue. We have this location we have to worry about. We have all these planes, which is also interesting because it might put him at a small disadvantage over here. Because while his planes are here, and that's probably the best spot to place him in, because 1, 2, 3, he can still attack me right here. If I attack here, again, might be a little harder for him. Plus his bomber, which has a total of 6 range. So 1, 2, 3. 4, 5. He can easily get back to his territory. So he's making sure that I do not build any sort of any major air force, which is fine. Actually, I'm just gonna build up planes and then I'll build up carriers, right? I'll build up planes to add to carriers, but I won't build it up immediately, just because I know what will happen if I try to. And I'll build 3 infantry elsewhere. So this is at least my build because I can deal with this. Deal with all this stuff, and also we can kill this stuff. If we kill this stuff, Africa's easily ours. If this is still there, it's going to be a pain in the ass, but we can still hopefully be relatively fine. So let's do this. So we got 3 infantry, and I'm going to produce them in India, and then we have the aircraft, and then we'll go to... You know what? Actually, if he wants to be that big of a pain in my butt, I think we should... allow him. Okay, so different strategy, right, chat? Different strategy. So I'm going to remove one of these at a tank, and I'm actually going to send aircraft to India and then send my aircraft here just to annoy him. Because if I can't land troops, the least I can do, right, is put the planes where they can be combat effective. And being combat effective would be just holding up here so we can't gain territory. That, in my opinion, is where I would go. Now, of course, he has as much infantry and more tanks than I do, so he's going to be able to hold that location. But let's make sure he can't advance any further, and then I can slowly build up my air force. Okay, so first off, let's cause a little bit of havoc for him. Right now, with overall our losses, I don't want to just sacrifice the transport. I could and get 6 CP, and then he could waste something, but... well... Give me a second to think about that. So we'll send 3 units here. I'll kill his transport because I don't want him to just invade England, because sometimes they do that and just send their entire air force to attack England and hope to win. And sometimes they do. I'm going to send my bomber down here. I'm going to send all my infantry to attack Transjordan. So I guess this would be what if the Italians invaded Transjordan with the Iraqi forces revolting and hopefully took the region, right? Then we have transports. We'll move them up, and we'll take that location. I'll use my fighter here. I'll use this fighter as well to hit that location. And then I'm going to use my aircraft carrier and my cruiser to hit this. If you're wondering why here, the transport's worth 7, and the destroyer is worth 8. So all in all, that's 15 CP, which is down the drain. Here, this is usually a bit more dicey, because... It's going to be up to whether he actually makes his submarine have the capabilities to well, actually, you know what? No, we'll go on the offensive. We'll take this location, and we'll use our cruiser to attack here. Maybe the sub can kill the Japanese sub, and I can take this region. That way I can use it for a forward landing point for allied aircraft, right? All right, so let's see. I only get 1 CP, but the point is I can use that for like bombers and stuff, which really helps with the Americans. Let's see. The question is, should I sacrifice a tank and a transport, right? Because I would get this. He would force troops away. I don't think it would be that costly for him. It might. I mean, he might just send tons of infantry to attack that region. And to be fair, most likely with all that, I won't be able to do anything. So it's better to just do something with it and maybe cut a bit of his air force up a little bit more. So I'm okay with this. I'm okay with that. So at least to take it and just be annoying to him. Alright, so let's see. And that will also force infantry over to France, would then in turn would have to go back to Germany and then over to the other fronts. So it would delay him by a little bit. So that could work. Alright, so that's 3 here. And again, that's strong. Well, actually, instead of just going by individual piecemeal, let's just... I think that's everything, right? Yeah, that's everything. So let's end. So that's strong here. This is deceiving. It's, even though it says implausible, that's stupid. The plane will instantly kill a transport because transport has no defenses. Submarine can't hit aircraft. So, yeah. Now, a destroyer can allow aircraft to attack submarines, but submarines can't attack an air force. This air force with the battleship, I have lost this fight. It is annoying as hell, but usually I win it. All this infantry will kill the stuff here. Hopefully I can kill destroyer. A destroyer has one, which has been dumb, but whatever. Submarine, it's 50-50 here. This is pretty good. I actually like these odds, generally. So, yes, let's do that. First fight, Transjordan. Let's see how we go. Alright. Immediately win. Only 1 loss. I will take that. Alright, so that's a guaranteed win. That's an easy one. Alright, this one's a little more dicey. Alright, we won it. Woo! Alright. Awesome. And also, that's 2 infantry there. If we remove this transport, right, you have to use this transport, which we'd either have to attack here, which would take a lot of time, and then put themselves in possible, like, a possible issue with the American fleet, or they would then reinforce China in the attack there, but they have less transport to do so. Alright, so here's the Battle of the North Sea. Alright, 2 hits. No losses, actually. That's pretty good. Now you're saying, oh, Greyshot, you should have built an aircraft carrier. No, because if I build an aircraft carrier, right, that is 2 planes, a cruiser, a destroyer, and the aircraft carrier versus a lot of planes and a submarine. It's most likely would go to him very quickly. I mean, you can do it. I just find those odds not likely. Now, this is good odds. I did beat the battleship. It can take 2 hits. Now, it did hit here. Fun fact. We are just actually going to sacrifice our bomber because the bomber would go to Egypt and that would immediately die. So we're going to do that. These guys over here both have enough like air time to get to another combat zone that gets them away from the enemy. So that's what we're going to do. Plus the transport's gone, right? So that's another big win. That means he can build a transport right here. But as long as I have fighters here, he has to put up actually a decent navy. And that, again, costs CP for the Germans. So there are no Italians in this game. It's just Germans and Japanese. I say that, and people, I've actually talked to people who be like, who did not honestly know. Alright, so big win. Well, I'll lose the aircraft carrier, I don't care. Even though it'll say, aircraft carrier is worth a lot, it's gonna die anyway. The Japanese would kill it. The Japanese would attack it here. You can do a risky strategy of attacking all your navy at this one point, which can be good, but I've seen this backfire like a good chunk of time. So, and then like have 1 aircraft remaining. So both sides lose so much that I would rather have the Americans just come over and kill it. In the meantime, I would just, kill the transport because that delays the Japanese advance in this sector. Let's see. Okay, Now, you can set your defense profile so your submarines don't engage. That's what I thought he would do. Sometimes you catch people off guard with that. Now, I am going to set my defense profile, which you can set here, right? I'm going to make sure that it is just default lowest. And the reason I'm doing that, and except I'll switch this over to C. The reason I'm doing that is very simple. I don't want my submarine to die here for the UK. I do not care if this submarine dies. I want it to engage. If this fleet can stand, because the Japanese will attack Pearl Harbor and will attack this, and it sucks because they'll attack this aircraft carrier with everything. If they knock that out, then it'll delay my advance. But the submarines in the fight, it's a better shot of at least killing some more stuff over there, so that's good. We'll bring over the planes. We'll send one over there. The other one will go here. We'll send one piece of infantry because we know he can't attack. He can only land troops there, right? We're going to move the infantry right there. Move the aircraft here. This one will actually go over here to help with the defense in that region. And I think that's it. Yeah, I think that is looking pretty good. Everything else is looking great. I'm glad we took this location, New Guinea. And again, he'll have to draw forces away. Otherwise, I can launch another assault. And it would really annoy him if I could take, let's say, this location. You can as well attack this location with India. But then, of course, he can move the transport here to retake it. It is another delaying action. And you can get CP. But I would rather just make sure that thing is dead. And also kill the Italian fleet. I find the Italian fleet more annoying in Europe because then you can hold this region down here, and that's another 3 CP that you can take against Germany. And again, same thing up here. If I can take Norway and Finland, not Finland, Sweden, I will. Although it is weird, Sweden's neutral in this, like Switzerland. But if I can take the region, you get it, I would. So we're gonna move that fighter here for defense because I'm gonna hold that for as long as I can. And as well, I don't have to worry about naval invasion of the Caucasus. All right, so that's looking pretty good. Let's wrap things up. All right, we're going to move one fighter here. The other fighter is going to be up here. Tank's going to be here. And infantry. That way, I can do like a good opening in India. I can make sure that if he attacks with anything that is very light, I have enough fighters to cause him havoc. Like, let's say he moved up, hypothetically speaking, a battleship and a transport, right? And he put it here, hoping to next turn attack this region, because he could do that. I can at least make sure I can counter it. Now he's going to be in a combat zone here. Yeah, he's going to pull back. He might be not willing to push up, and might be just wanting to kill the transport and stuff, which is fine. Again, if he puts everything here, then I could still hit him long range. It's a little bit harder, but I can still do it. What's he going to do? He's going to kill the transport. He's going to move up. I don't want to sacrifice an infantry unit there. I'd rather hold India with everything I have. Oh, he's going risque. All right, so this is a little risky, right? Because even though he's sending in a lot of bombers and air force, I can still win this. It is less likely, but me putting in one Russian literally helps this tenfold. All right, so let's see. Maybe I should have kept the infantry unit there. Nah, it's fine. Holding India is a linchpin for this sector. Because Japan, there's 8 production. They're just going to try to outproduce you in India and just run you down. I just realized the sun is now like hitting my window, so I just brightened up all of a sudden. But yeah, it's one of those situations. Oh, ton of infantry. 1 infantry there. He's going hard. Let's see. What is he producing? Again, I've been keeping toes with the Axis this game. 3 fighters. Oh, no infantry? That is weird. Okay. Usually 3 transports are the way to go, because then you can reinforce it, you know, this region. But if he's going fighters. Curious. Is he trying to replenish his aircraft? I mean, he only has 2 aircraft carriers, and they both have aircraft. So, again, fighters are very important. But if I can kill the infantry and hold that back, maybe he's hoping to kill off all the infantry and not have to worry about it and then reinforce it later. I can move these forces up here to just cause him havoc, because I know his transport will be busy elsewhere. Alright, I've killed some units here. This one's the big one. If I can hold here. If I get lucky rolls. Let's see. Oh, I did actually cost him a lot. And again, the thing is, he now wants to attack India with what he has left, and I can easily, like, push him back. Plus, I can sacrifice a unit and just cause him hell in that region. Submarine and fighter took that. Okay. Wait, where's... Oh, never mind. He moved his aircraft carrier up here. I'm like, why is he... Okay, never mind. This one, alright, big one, big one. If he loses the infantry, he can't take the region. But he might just be wanting to kill everything and is fine losing a couple fighters. Alright, lost all the infantry. Will he keep engaging? This is the question. Oh, I think he's going to go in. Oh, lost the bomber! Ooh, that's a big loss for you, buddy. Alright. And then, of course, it's just... I have better odds at holding slightly. Oh! Yes! Ah, that's some big losses for you. Some big losses. He has essentially nothing to take the territory. Which is unfortunate for him. Now, to be fair, he's probably going to win up here very easily. But I do want to point out... wait, did he only kill one? Oh, no. I killed one. Okay, so that makes sense. But he lost a lot in that attack. He's very aggressive. But he doesn't have a ton of men, right? He has to slowly bring down more men. Unless he's hoping to buy something else, which I'm not sure of. No, he... Like, okay, so he's moving his... Oh, because he attacked there, he has to move the aircraft carrier further over. But, 1, 2, 3... No, I don't have it. I can't. Because I'm like, 1, 2... No, actually, I could. I could attack that region with 4 fighters. I mean, that is a juicy target. That is a very juicy target. I don't think I will. Because again, Battleship could take the hit, and even 4 fighters, even with like all 4 hits landing, it wouldn't kill it outright, and then he could easily kill a lot of my stuff. So it's better to just stay defensive with that than risk going like total offensive and just killing everything. It's still worrying, right? The fact that he can move up and push. He might be trying to counteract like my push here, but we'll see how things fare. Now, we know this submarine I can't kill, right? Unless I have a destroyer, which I do have. Now, typically, we know things are going to go bad. The question is, what do I want to go with? Do you want to focus on Germany? Or do you want to focus on Japan? That's kind of the long game with the US, is where do you want to go? So, that is a good question. Right now, we know we killed some of the Japanese, and they are going heavy on Navy, which is going to be hard for the Americans to push through. On the flip side, we also know that over here, Germany might be in a like he's mass producing tanks, or massing up his tanks, I should say. It might be a little sweeter to go with kind of like a both a little bit, and then focus on Germany a little bit more. Even though he has a lot of fire and stuff like that, if I can keep him contained, I think that would be the better play. So we'll do that. We're gonna buy an aircraft carrier, right? And as well, this fleet's okay. I know a lot of people might immediately say this fleet's great, but he has a lot of fighters. He could easily hold me back, and the infantry could push on in. If I could at least cause a little bit of misgivings to Germany and make him double down in his like defensive tactics, I think that might work. So I'm gonna make sure I send stuff over here, but I will send more guys over here as well. So we're kind of go with like a mixed play. I know that sucks. I know a lot of players like one or the other, but I like going both because it keeps me, it keeps my options open. We'll see if that works this game. It may not. But yeah, I didn't lose any fighters or anything against the Americans, so we'll make sure that we are good to go for a landing. Okay. So first up, let's kill this thing. So I'm gonna send my fighters. Let's see, 1, 2. When they leave the island, the sea zone counts as 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's fine. We'll make sure this sub is dead. I want the sub dead, and that way, if he moves in to kill the sub with something, I can kill it next turn. It's fine. I can't really shoot anything with that. We can send the bomber over here. Next turn, we're gonna buy a bunch of landing craft, and we're gonna hit Germany. I just want a decent navy just to hold, right, this region, so that I can just cause havoc and threaten him with an attack. because then essentially I could stay here, and he has to be wary because I could essentially leapfrog over to the Philippines or to Borneo, which he might reinforce or might not. Depends what he wants to do. All right, so by the way, never attack here with this. Even though it's like, oh, Greyshot, it's wide open. No, his Air Force could easily get to me and just leave. And then I'm just down 2 transports and destroyer. That's, at least for me, that's way too big of a loss. But if I want to pop 2 guys in and go down here and then use the battleship to support, that's fine with me because I'm already going to move that battleship down there anyway. So that works. Yeah, so right now we'll move that aircraft over to India to hold. And I feel like pretty good. Now, Japan did seriously kill a lot of my infantry in China. That is a concern. But he doesn't have a rapid way to redeploy a lot of men very quickly. So that gives me a little bit of a window. Plus, I can actually be a little bit of a dick. And I just thought of that. So I am going to be a... Ladies and gentlemen, if you can be a dick, then maybe do exactly that. Because what I can do... I'll show you guys in a second. So, let's get to this. First up, let's do all these battles, and I'll show you how I'm going to be a dick. Alright, that should be fine. I'm not gaining, again, an island here. I just don't want any long-range bombers or aircraft to attack and land on the Solomon Islands as a long-range post to, like, raid some transports or something. Alright, killed him. So I didn't lose anything. So next up, we're going to take here. Got the sub. Didn't hurt me. I'm fine. We're going to move the aircraft back over here. We are going to move the submarine up here. I'm going to move the destroyer down here. Aircraft here. Cruiser's going to move up. We're going to help defend. We're going to pretend to be getting ready to attack. That way he thinks I'm going to attack him. I'm going to move the aircraft over here for the aircraft carrier. I'm going to spawn. More men here as well to launch. I'm going to move my bomber up here. Now, in case you're wondering, like, wait, why? I thought you said over here. I just realized if Japan deploys any transports, right? Anything at all, and he's not here, I can take him. We're going to move this to India because I can essentially get through any ship he places here with the sub and attack here or here, and then have the bomber support him. That's why. I can, if he deploys mass transports and decides, oh, no, you know, he'll have to move his whole navy up, and then I can maybe hit Borneo because he'll be out of range. That's my goal. That's my hope, is an attack on Borneo and then get the hell out of there so my fleet's, generally speaking, fine because he still beats me overall. So yeah, that's my plan. We'll see how much that we'll see how well that goes. Again, I'm not going to attack this fleet. There's no purpose to it. So yeah, we'll get ready. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. He has no long-range bomber here. Yeah, I think that's looking pretty good. So we'll end it right. Oh, and I can also move this sub, by the way. I'll move this sub into attack position here in case he tries to leave something over here. That way my sub can strike with aircraft support from India. That's anyway my goal. Oh, maybe, yeah, that right there will work. Yeah, that I'm looking at everything because I don't. Sometimes you forget stuff, and I don't want to make a little mistake. Yeah, I'm looking fine. All right, so actually, I'm pretty good right now. Battleship will go here. Aircraft carrier will go here. Should I put the battleship over there just to make sure? He does have a lot of planes. Battleship support would be great. Destroyer here, I don't. Well. Okay, so the question is, do I want to move my fleet to attack Germany, or do I want to make sure that I'm here? Well, the battleship and aircraft, he easily would trounce me in the air. Battleship I would go toe-to-toe with. It's a little bit risky. It's a little bit risky just to leave that open, so we will provide this area with support. If I am able to produce planes here and then get in position, I should have enough air force to, and a support craft to make sure his planes can't damage me. And he doesn't want to go full tilt and sacrifice all of his planes in one go. That's too much CP for him. And then I can just, you know, continue to harass him unabated. Alright, so that's end of turn 1. Alright, so let's see. How'd we do? 152, 150. We're ahead. That's actually pretty positive for the first turn, to be ahead of the axis. That being said, Overall, you can produce about, what, 108 is what I'm pumping out. And right now, they're pumping out like 75. So we're pumping out 25% more men. So if we can keep that those losses about the same way in terms of them losing more, this is a good game. Now I'm gonna produce 2 tanks because I want to reinforce, right? I'm gonna produce a ton of infantry, and I'm going to produce an artillery battery. That way it can help support. So let's launch our assaults. Let's try. Now we no longer have to worry about invasion here, so we don't have to worry about the Caucasus. I don't want to reinforce India just yet, because it's fine. India's not under threat anytime soon. He could launch, what, 2 infantry? I can easily pump it with more infantry and focus more over here. So India's not a concern too much. He has a lot of planes. I'm curious what he's going to do with the planes, but right now I think I'm fine. So, what are we gonna do? Well, time to kill this infantry. That's my main goal. I want all the infantry dead. So we're gonna launch 2 infantry. Actually, yeah, we'll launch 3 infantry, and here we'll launch 2 infantry here, right? And then I'll reinforce this so we're fine. I'll use plane support here and here, and yeah, that should be in a good state overall. I just want to cause as much havoc for the German front as possible, and then we can reinforce here. It is a lot of tanks. It is a lot of tanks he's moving up, and again, he's mass deploying here. Now, I could, you could say, Greyshot, why don't you go full tilt and attack here? He still well, that's actually a good question. Why don't I? What? Because I have more infantry, right? Let's just look at the statistics, right? What is statistically, how bad is this fight going to be? Right? How bad is this fight? Unlikely. Alright, so let's see. That is everything, right? That's everything I could throw. I mean, to be fair, he could then attack that region, and I would be in a bit of disarray. Actually, I would have 4, so I wouldn't... Well, no, the problem is these 5 tanks could then hit here, right? Well, I'd have 4 infantry, and possibly an anti-air. And then he would attack here with everything he has left. See, this is one of those situations where do you want to actually attack, right? Because while it is siding with me, I could take a lot of losses in this fight, right? I could commit to this big battle here, right? And he still needs to commit more forces over here, because he might think that I'm attacking here. And he only has, what? I mean, like, I have 28 that I'm producing. Roughly, now 23. He has 35 to 42. I definitely, as a Soviets, have less that I can deploy, but the Germans have to focus on 2 fronts. So do I want to just hold with, and I should be able to hold with what I have left. And he doesn't have a ton of infantry, so overall I should be able to outproduce him in men, right? Or do I want to continuously attack? Do I want to try that option and hope for the best? I feel right now it's a little risky. I can outproduce him. Let's not do that. So let's do it with the smart strategy of just annoy the shit out of him and attack here. Now, if he attacks with 1 infantry, he has nothing else, right? Because I would then have these 2 attacking here, and then with air support. Might be going a little crazy here. Do I need 3? No, I don't need 3. Let's just do 2. There we go. That's still strong. This is still strong. I'm fine with this. We'll attack here, and then I'll reinforce this section with everything I have. I might send reserves to India if India's looking bad in terms of armor, but he can't reinforce that location as fast as I can, so I'm going to make sure that this location is pretty beefy. Now, and also move the anti-aircraft battery, so if we send 6 planes, I have a chance to shoot 1 or 2 of them down. If I'm lucky, I shoot more, but we'll see. I think that's about it. Yeah, that's about it for this attack. That's looking good. Alright, so let's see how it goes. Ukraine, can we retake it? Alright, looking good. Even if he gets 2 hits, I still have 1 troop left. That's the thing. You always want to have more because they could do a serious counterattack and cause some havoc. But now I have Ukraine, which guards the Caucasus from any armored assault or any other sort of attack from Poland or anything else. Alright, and now I have here as well, lost 1 life, or 1 troop. He still lost 1, but I get back Belarusia, right? So now I can literally just pump everything I have in this location. Move the planes there for extra defense. Anti-aircraft battery. Move these 2 here. Move the 1 infantry here. Move 1 infantry over here. And this guy's going to be looking pretty stacked, right? That's a lot of troops moving into the sector. And overall, he doesn't really have much down here. So I can keep just pumping out troops there, and he can't do much to stop it. All right, so let's end the turn. Move 2 tanks here in case India's bad. I don't think it'll be bad, but still. Move up here with the artillery. I'll move 2 infantry there and 2 infantry over here in case they have to push north. I don't think he'll push north, but you always want to be careful. Now, the tanks could attack here. That would be, I think, suicide for him. Because I have way more infantry. I have way more artillery than he. He has no artillery. So the infantry is basically attacking in human wave charges. They're attacking with 1 dice roll. So that's 9. And then even with this aircraft, if he sacrifices it, I have 2 anti-aircraft batteries, which... hold on. Let me double check my defense profile. So for the Soviet Union, right? Let me make... So I will activate it so that way it's C. That's just mine. That way the anti-aircraft batteries fire and then immediately kill themselves. Because I do not care about them lasting until the end. I just want them to do damage against the aircraft and die. That's my hope. That's my goal. Everything else is fine. It's just the anti-aircraft can take the hit and they're essentially act like a shot, right? So I have 3 planes here. He has, what, 5, 6? Plus anti-aircraft batteries, so it's pretty good. So even if he has more tanks, I have more infantry. I'm in a way better state than he is. So let's end and see what he does. So just to put in perspective, there is actually like a website that can do all the calculations for like odds of you holding territory. So let's see if I was right with that assessment, right? He's going to attack with possibly up to 9 infantry, 9 tanks. It's not perfect, by the way, this website, but it is something you can do. I have 12 infantry, 4 artillery. I have 1 tank. I have 3... Oh, this isn't good. I'm already looking at the stats. I think I messed up here. I may have messed up right there. Well, even if he attacks, first off, it doesn't add in calculations for... Okay, let's see what he does. Oh, I messed up. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, this is bad. Okay. This could be bad. He's sending He's going full tilt. He's going full tilt. Oh, god damn it. I messed up. This could be the end. I could lose this. I just double checked the statistics. 88%. 88 goddamn percent. Alright, so this is looking implausible for him. It's still not terrible. Like, I still have fighters. I could have put 1 more. That probably would have been helpful. Damn it. That's the big battle. That's the big battle. Alright, lucky dice roll. Hoping for lucky dice roll. Come on. Move. Oh, did I already shoot down a plane? Or no? I don't know if I shot down a plane. Oh, he lost all of his infantry! Ooh! Oh, that's big. He already lost 8 infantry. Holy shit. He lost half of it. Oh, he's going full tilt. He's going full tilt. Oh, that was lucky. Holy shit. He lost He's losing everything. He's losing all his tanks. Oh my god. Oh, this is the Battle of Kursk. I was so worried. Wait, I could still be worried. He has a lot of planes. Now, he could lose all of his armor and just hope to fight planes, but... Actually, I'm really surprised it's still alive. I don't think I saved that profile. He's gonna start sacrificing planes and stuff. He wants it. He's going full tilt. I don't mind losing that if he sacrifices so much more. Holy crap, come on. He could lose so much stuff right now if he keeps going like this. He's just going full attack now. He does not care. But doing this, he opens himself up. Oh my god. He's not even taking the territory anymore. He lost everything. And I still held the territory. Oh my god. I mean, he won the battle. But he might have lost the war. Yeah, going in Germany now is 100%. Go, go, go. 100%. He's pushing down here. We're going to kill this so quickly. He might deploy forces here. He is screwed. He is I can push up tanks. He has infantry. I don't care. Oh, I lost my fighters though. That's the thing though. I lost my fighters. So I am slightly decommissioned. I still have, with his fighters though, literally at half the strength, I can just launch attacks on France and I'm fine. I'm totally fine now. He has nothing. He's going for a kill Russia strat now. All right, so I'm gonna have to like hold, converge myself and hold. He's moving everything up here, but I can get myself in a better position. What is he producing? 3 tanks and 8 infantry. All right, so he's producing the tanks up here, obviously. This will be a situation where I have to kind of converge a little bit more. But by God, he went full tilt, and he lost a bit more, I think, in that battle. I'm going to say he lost a bit more. Because he lost, what, 3 fighters? 3 fighters in that. I lost 2. Well, I lost 3. But he lost way more tanks. He lost so much more tanks. But yeah. No, hot damn. I'm glad I'm recording this. That was fun. All right, so we attack down here, right? We're going to move everything in to, like, hold this sector. There's 2 here. Yeah, so we're going to produce transport, an aircraft carrier. Do I want 2? Or no, let's go 2 transports, because I can actually take that. And we'll produce 3 infantry on this side to hold the here. And I feel like that's good, right? Yeah, that's good, because I can launch a direct assault at that location next turn if I want to, as the Brits. It's not great, but I can launch it. And also, I can 100% launch more troops here and just take over this shoot, I can't talk. as America. I'll make 2 more transports and just load it up with 4 transports worth of infantry and artillery and just start hammering his position. He has lost quite a bit, even though I have 2, but I still have 27 CP that I can dedicate solely to defense of Russia. And I can always pull back. That's the thing. I can always pull back. It's not that big of a deal. So I will, and I'll just start prepping my armies, stuff like that, and just get a huge army defense here. Not the best scenario, but it's not bad, since they still have all this territory. So yeah, we'll just slowly reel in a little bit and just hammer. We'll double down this location. I could. Here's the thing. I could try to launch an assault here, right? But he has so much aircraft and such. I did lose all my anti-aircraft batteries and everything else. Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to do that. Well, it's 4 artillery, 2 artillery, 2 tanks. So that's equal to what he has. There's no way that I would win that. So it's better to just win battles that you know you can win. And plus I got more infantry coming on in, so I can easily hold him back. All right, so let's do that. We'll go 2 transports, an aircraft carrier to hold this location. We're looking pretty good. We're looking pretty good. Alrighty, so we'll do all that. First up, let's win down here, because we need to win there. I'm not attacking here. He's insane if he thinks I'm going to attack there. 1, 2... I think I can easily win that, right? Yeah, I can easily... Well, he has a lot. How am I going to do this? We'll send 1 more. He's not even close to attacking me, and I can easily pump out 3 infantry, easily hold him back. So unless he goes full tilt again and sends all the planes here, is that what he's doing? Is that what he's gonna do? 3 infantry versus no, wait, that's, hold on. If I move my idea was to move the tank here just in case, right? And I'll have 2 fighters. He's gonna have 2, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. He might go to attack India. I didn't even think about this. But he only has 3 infantry. Hold on. Let's consider the worst case scenario, right? Let's consider the worst case scenario. Let's say he attacks India on turn 2. let's hypothetically see how bad that situation could be, right? Let's see. By the way, I'll try to put up odds calculators on all this so that way you guys can see. So let's see, because again, I might not be lucky again. I might not be lucky. So let's double check this. He's attacking me with 3 infantry. Well, can he even attack? Yeah, he'll move in. We'll say worst case, it's our a tank, 2 infantry and a tank. Let's see, and he's attacking with that. He's attacking with. He has transport, so attack with battle artillery support from the naval, naval support. He'll attack with 5 planes, versing an anti-aircraft battery, 7 infantry, 2 planes, and let's say that's hypothetical. Let's see who wins. He has very little chance of conquering me. He could try to just land. He could try that. What if if I keep the tank back? Yeah, the tank would seal the deal. Okay, so I'm fine. I'm gonna keep the tank back just in case, but I'll move the 1 infantry unit over. I'll send the other plane because I want that stuff dead as quickly as possible. I don't care. He can't really do all that much. We're also gonna attack with this. There we go. And then we'll attack next turn with the Americans. We'll see what the Japanese produce. I don't think he's gonna produce transports, or he might pull it back and not attack me. But I wanna verify, make sure he's not going to attack me. That's the thing. Yeah. So let's do that. I'm keeping him there in case the tank attacks. They might try to rush for 2 CP. Yeah, not happening, buddy. So let's do that. Let's end. That's all the attacks? Yeah, the submarine can't hit anything, so we'll just end it there. Trying to make sure. Is that what I want to do? Yeah, we'll end it there. That's fine. Yeah. I'm like scared now because he went so full tilt. I'm like, is he gonna do it again? This guy is obviously a very aggressive player. All right. Actually, pretty good trade, honestly. I only lost 1. He lost 3. All right, so that works. This could be, hopefully not too bad. All right. Oh, I didn't lose anything. Okay, cool. So I can land on France next turn. I can deal with all that. I can't get back there, but what I can do is move him up. Let's see, 1 can only go 1 area, so move him here. The other guy can only move 1 more, so we'll move them. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I can still attack. I can still help here with whatever. Do I want to do that or just... No, let's not do that. I don't want to even take that. Let's just move here. Double fighter here. In case he attacks with the double fighter, I can easily do way more and counteract him. All right, keep the fighters there. We'll land next turn. Submarine go here. That way, in case he does attack here with something, I can send all fighters to kill it. Hopefully, 3 fighters or whatnot. All right, I think that's going to be it for this turn. I'm like double checking. All right, 2 transports. So next turn, I can the UK will launch a grand attack against the enemy. Maybe even attack here. Even if I sacrifice troops, I could possibly land. He probably won't be able to. But even me threatening Germany might cause him to lose his goddamn mind. All right. If the Japanese play... Again, it's very unlikely you'll be in a game for this long. But the German player is down significantly. And as you can see here, I'm now almost 20 points ahead, which is good. Yeah, so right now we're in a situation where... Also, again, we're in a situation where the Japanese could launch a last-ditch effort attack on India. I don't think it will work. I don't think it'll work. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, the fighters in Japan don't have range. My sub, I can attack here. These planes, I can attack here. So if he does something stupid, I can exploit it. Now, if he opens himself up, because I have multiple avenues now to hit him back, even kill his transports. He'll have to move his fleet up, right? And maybe that gives me an open window to hit this. I don't know. We'll see. Hello, so little bit of an update. Yeah, so for those who don't know, I clocked in today being like, all right, time to play my turn. Let's see how things go. And we won? I guess we won. Let's double check the board to see what happened. It doesn't look like there was any purchasing done or anything else. So if I have to assume, time essentially ran out and he didn't complete his turn. Maybe he just wanted to, and some players do this, they essentially drag out the overall time because of the fact they're just like, I don't want this to go immediately on my record, but I'll wait for as long as possible so I can maybe get a quick game in and hopefully recover it before it goes down. I've seen that happen about once or twice, not too often though. But yeah, I guess he saw the Battle of Kursk maybe and was like, you know what, I'm good. This game's not going to go my way, especially with the Allies having already a 20-point lead. On top of the fact that even with their best CP, let's say they kept this, overall the total is like 72, where I'm pumping out, what, 34, 74 easy, and then plus that's 101. So I'm beating him by a third. In terms of overall resources. Now he's still pretty good. Like if he tried to launch an attack on India, I'm not saying it would be great for him, but he could do a lot of damage, especially if he got a lot of transports. He didn't though, so it's at least 2 turns away from him attacking me, or it would have been. Plus I could have caused havoc with the amount of fighters I have in this region and the sub, plus the American fleet I'm slowly building up and sending down reinforce. If I, again, my next step was actually not going to reinforce specific, but send a huge wave of transports and infantry to Europe and hopefully just keep Germany bogged down. But, yeah, I guess he's like, nope, I'm good. I'm good. And I guess under that note, that works with me. That works with me. I mean, to be fair, it would have been Japan's turn. He probably would have maybe prepared an attack on India, maybe taken the north real quick and moved over some troops to take over China, but I don't see him pushing with a tank here and just losing it. I feel like that would be a waste. So, what I would see, and it would be risky with transport, so maybe you have to pull everything back because my submarine and bomber's up here. But I would have easily just, whatever happens, I would have D-Dayed and most likely taken France and the Netherlands is up to Denmark. And then he would have to attack me with his limited air power to hit this region, take it back, and that would send over about half his men. And with half the men coming up here, I could easily outdo him. Even if Japan came in, I got reserves coming in that could hold back whatever Japan could throw. Plus, whatever he throws at me, I could, and very easily, and this is something you have to keep in mind, is the fact whatever he throws at Russia, let's say here, India's free. I can just keep launching assaults and then building up, instead of infantry and an army, I could slowly build up air power to take out a small fleet if I get the opportunity. So something to keep in mind. North Africa, it's pretty much wrapped up. There's no way he could easily reinforce this. Even with the bomber coming on in, maybe to attack, it would be way too risky. So whatever, that's game. I am really surprised it ended like this, but I guess after the Battle of Kursk, he's like, you know what, I'm good. You know what, I'm good. I can't take Moscow. It's not looking great. I think Kursk was, all right, if this is Ukraine, was it like here, right? Like if we're actually, it's kind of like the salient right there, right? So anyway, if I have to make an assumption, but no, wait, is it that much or is it like here? Anyway, whatever, this map is pretty distorted anyway. But yeah, no, hopefully you enjoyed. I hope to like bring more games of Axis and Allies in the future. Hopefully longer than round 2. But hey, what do you guys think? Leave your comments down below. This has been Greyshot17, and I'll see all you guys next time. Hey guys, before you go, I want to give a special shout out to Patreon supporters Folkvard, Aphyria, Joey G240, Ace, ShinobiWarrior, Pyroshark, Little Kuipers, and Seth Kuipers. Thank you all for your incredible support. You guys rock. This has been Greyshot17 and his amazing patrons, and I'll see all of you next time.